Hi, my name is Gareth Lewis and I'm from Calgary, Alberta. I'm 24 years old and a graduate of the International Relations program at the University of British Columbia. I'm here to present my one idea for the next Prime Minister contest. In the past 15 years, we've seen the integration of global markets and the success that international trade has brought Canada through agreements like NAFTA. And while we open our borders to the rest of the world, there remain stifling provincial trade barriers here at home. Barriers that restrain our economic growth and prevent us from reaching our full potential as Canadians. We need an open, efficient domestic market in order to maintain our competitiveness in an increasingly globalized world. As Prime Minister, I would remove these damaging interprovincial trade barriers by creating a common national market, the Canadian Economic Union. Right now, Canada's provinces are operating as separate economic players, with disconnected strategies and a lack of cooperation. Each province has its own certifications, regulations, and monopolies on everything from milk to energy, making us the most decentralized federation in the world. Instead, we need to cooperate and unify our 13 separate markets so that we can gain the benefits of a unified economic nation. So what are these barriers to trade, and how do they affect us? Well, to start, a 2006 Senate committee hearing found that interprovincial trade barriers are costing Canadians between $10 and $25 billion a year. The most important of these barriers, the ones that are affecting everyday Canadians, are redundant regulations, discriminatory treatment of out-of-province companies, and lack of recognition of professional certifications. In a 2006 Conference Board of Canada study, 90% of companies surveyed found that these three barriers were directly affecting their ability to do business in Canada. Enforcement of these redundant regulations also wastes valuable taxpayer dollars. Canadian families lose $13,000 a year because of regulations that raise consumer prices, lower wages, waste taxpayer dollars, and restrict opportunities. The solution to this tangled mess of regulations is to create the Canadian Economic Union so that we can knock down these provincial barriers that are blocking up our economy. To start, free trade needs to be established as the standards for all provinces and territories. The 1994 Agreement on Internal Trade failed because it allowed for too many exceptions, too many loopholes, and too many exclusions. Provinces should also be required to recognize all professional certifications so that skilled Canadians can pursue opportunities across the country. Right now, each province has a separate certification for the exact same jobs in fields like nursing, architecture, engineering, and mechanics, meaning that skilled Canadians waste time and money recertifying in a new province. The Economic Union also needs to streamline business registration so that firms don't waste time and resources recertifying themselves in each province. We also need to create a national securities regulator to replace the 13 duplicate agencies and help our financial sector become competitive across Canada and around the world. The Canadian Economic Union is not about eliminating the rules. It's about simplifying and bringing them together. The optimal level of regulation is not zero. We just need to strike the right balance between free economic choice and regulations that protect the public safety and the environment. Earlier this year, BC and Alberta signed the Trade, Investment, and Labour Mobility Agreement, also known as TILMA, as a way of increasing free trade between the two provinces and reducing trade barriers. Premier Gordon Campbell estimates that TILMA will bring $4.8 billion in extra economic activity and a 3.5% growth in employment. The rest of Canada needs to follow this lead and reduce domestic trade barriers, expand on TILMA, and create the National Canadian Economic Union. Bringing together our economy by getting rid of the barriers between us not only strengthens our economy, but strengthens our federation and our political unity. We demand freer borders from our trading partners, yet we cannot overcome these protectionist mindsets at home. We need to create a free domestic market to support the entrepreneurs, the innovators, and the small business that are the future of Canada. And by creating this open domestic market, we'll be able to create the innovations that will cement Canada's place in the world. My name is Gareth Lewis, and this is my idea for a Canadian Economic Union.